came up with my design because when I think of distracted driving, phones are always a big problem because I always see people on the street driving who are on their phone, and that's what results in a lot of crashes. And so also whenever I think of, crashes, there's always broken pieces and cracked parts of cars and just debris everywhere. So I wanted to implement a phone, and I wanted it to be broken as if it was part of the crash, as if the person who was in the crash was texting while they were driving.
Nick's a great student. He comes in, he gets to work, he does everything he's supposed to. I don't think we've ever had any problems with Nick.
No, Nick understands what he's supposed to do.
Yeah.
A lot of students sometimes flounder around with the idea of what a student is. I mean that with all sincerity. Nick hasn't understood. He understands that education is his responsibility, and he's got to go do it. He's got it down.
Another thing I really liked about Nick, when we were doing the application process, Nick didn't have any art classes. And a lot of times we struggle on if we should allow students that haven't had an art class to come in such a artist-driven field. And he had the great grades, he had the great attendance, he had a great essay. So we let him in, and he's one of our best students.
I enjoyed it a lot more. I like to do real-world things whenever I create designs instead of just creating it as an art piece. I like to create it to have purpose and meaning because I feel like that's what this class is really going to lead me to.
We see, our philosophy is if we can get somebody to learn how to use their art in a real-world setting, that's a win for us. A lot of these kids just want to do art for art's sake, which is fine and glorious and beautiful.
Yeah.
But when you can take art and apply it to the world, and
it has a bigger impact.
yeah, it does. And then there's money involved.
Oh, yeah.
It was a no-brainer for us. Every kid that comes in here, we hope learns something and takes something away from the experience. Whether it's an appreciation for art, whether it's an understanding that you can apply art to real world, or maybe they just learn something about themselves. That's a success for us. And there's all sorts of successes, and there are all sorts of ranges of how we evaluate success.
Yeah.
The support's been crazy. I mean, I've gotten everybody I know voting for me, everybody that they know voting for me, and it really makes me happy to know that people care about me that much, to be able to vote for my design to try to win.